Hi guys, I'm Amir. Today I want to show you how to configure ISIS, how it works, and other assignment I have written here. Modify metric to change path and route leaking feature. That's very important. Let's start with definition of ISIS. Intermediate system to intermediate system is an IGP and link state routing protocol. There are types of routers in the ISIS. You can see here level 1 router, level 1 and level 2 router, and level 2 routers. Level 1 routers, intra-area system, and level 2 is backbone router or intra and inter-area system, both of them. And level 1 too performs both roles. We will show you how these levels work. There are some rules in ISIS and we should observe it when you want to design. For example, if you have only one area, you should set the router as level 2, like this, because I have area number 49.0002, because 2 is the router 2. Yeah. We cannot establish connection direct between L1 router and L2 router. I should use L1, L2 routers to establish this connection. And L2 can connect to L1, L2 and cannot connect to L1. Some rules we should observe it and pay attention to it. Let's start with topology. I should start all of the routers. We have 7 routers here. Because of lack of the time, I have assigned only interfaces IP address, and you can see here, show IP interface brief. You can see here. We have 3 area here. Area 167 for router 1, router 6, and router 7. Area 2 for router 2, and area 345 for 345 routers. 3 areas. And another thing, how did I assign the network? For example, between router 6 and router 2 is 10.0.2.6 because this is router 6 and router 2. For example, for router 2 and router 5, this links is 10.0.25.0 or 25. You can see here, for example, for router 1 is here. I have assigned interface 00, 10, 0, 16, and 1. Yeah, because it's 1 for this interface and 2 for this interface. Left interface is 1 and right interface is 2. Up interface is 1 and down interface is 2. It's my rule here in this topology. And I have assigned for interface bus Ethernet 0/1, 10.0.17.1. This is here. And loopback. I have assigned 2 loopbacks, loopback number 1 and loopback number 2, and this is for all of the routers here. I have assigned for all of the routers. For example, I can show you another thing in router 6 IP interface brief, and you can see, yeah, because in router 6 we have 1, 2, 3 interface and 2 loopback interface. And for example, in router 7, show IP into BR. I want to check something. 7, yeah, it has 3 interface and 2 loopback interfaces. Okay, and do show IP route. I want to be sure that there is no ISIS and another routing protocol is there, because you can see only connected or and local route here, and there is no routing protocol here. And I want to start how to configure router ISIS from router 1. Let's start. I should write config terminal and router ISIS. We should set the number, for example, number 1. We should assign the net, and this is a number you should write here. This number consists of area ID over area ID. Here is, for example, for R1 is 4900167, and this is area ID. And system ID. System ID is 3 octets, 00.00.000. For example, this is number 1 and ID is 1. And another thing, NSAP selector for IP and for ISIS routers, we want to configure here always 00. And which type, which level type is router 1? Router 1 is level IS type, level 1. It's very simple to configure ISIS. Now we should enable under the interface. We should write exit or interface. Which interfaces are here? Range F00 and 01 and loopback 0 until loopback 1. And this is the range. And you should enable ISIS protocol under the interface. IP, router, ISIS, and number 1. This is very important. You should write number 1. If you don't write anything here and any number here, it's saved and number 0. And it is another router ISIS. It's very important. Okay, guys? Now everything is okay, and we should write something. Okay, let's start with number 2, router 2. Router 2 is here and another area. We should write router ISIS number 1 and network is 2 and 02 and 00. And IS type level is 2, only 2. Yeah, level 2 only. And which interfaces we should enable for ISIS? Int, range, and F100 to 1 and F10 and loopback 0 to 1. And you should write here IP router ISIS 1. And for router 3, it's better I write something in Notepad and copy and paste. Router ISIS 1 and net is for number 3. Okay, and I don't need it. And this one is 0, 0. And what is the area here? 3, 4. And number 3 and 0, 0. And IS type level 2 only, and should write interface range. And which range we have? I don't have any range here. I have only one interface and IP router ISIS number 1. And yeah, it's enough. And copy and paste here. Okay, guys. And for R4, R4 is here, and area is okay, and about, yeah, this number is 4, and this is level 2 only, and range interface F0 to 1, and loopback 0 to 1, and F11, and this is okay. T and this one. Oh, I forget right here for interface range loopback 0 to 1, IP router ISIS 1, and do WR. This is okay. Yeah. I forget to enable loopback interface, ISIS in loopback interface. And for R5, area ID is okay, and about system IDs number 5 and level 2 only, and interfaces 0, 0, 0, 1, and loopback 1 and 0, and yeah, Control C, and right here. Oh, excuse me. I should write here. Excuse me. Okay, any problem? I should write no IP router, and after that again router, because I have written here ISIS 0, and it cannot accept another thing, and now this is okay. Yeah, and I want to be sure, show run and check interface. IP router ISIS in the interface. This is okay. IP router ISIS. All of them are okay now. Yeah, ISIS. This is okay. And about router 6. Router 6 is another area, and area is 0167, and this is number 6, and level 1 and 2. I think this is level 1 and 2. And another thing, we should write F10 also. Control C and right here, and okay, there's no problem here. And about number 7, and is level 1 and 2, and F10, and loop back, and I think everything is okay, and you can copy and paste here. Now we should check about adjacency and neighborship has been established or not. From router 1, show ISIS neighbors. You can see here you have two neighbor here, L1 and L2 router 6 and L1 and L2 router 7. This is L1, and via this interface, and IP address is 10.0.72, this interface, and its state is up, and it has established neighborship between R1, R6, and R7. But type is L1 because this router is level 1. This router 6 and router 7, are level 1 and level 2, but they cannot see level 2 in router 1 because router 1 supports only level 1. And you should write in R7, was also check in R7, verify to show ISIS neighbors, verify what happened here. For R7, we have 3 routers, some neighbor. Okay, you can see. But why there are 4 routers here? Okay, we should check why. One of them is R1. This is R1, and type level is L1. One of them is R2, and type level is L2. One of them is R6, and type level is L1. And the last is L2 R6 because R6 has 2 level type, level 1 type and level 2 type. And if you see here, do show ISIS database or topology. Both of them, I think this is true. Topology. Yeah. You can see 2 separate tables. One table for level 1 routers, and in level 1 you can see R1 and R6 is level 1. Okay? And in level 2 routers you can see R2 is here, R6 because it has L1, L2, and another thing, you can see all of the L2 and L1 routers like R3, R4, R5 that located in another area. You can see in the topology. But about number 1, router number 1, you should write here ISIS topology or top. Yeah, only you can see level 1 because level 1 cannot see level 2. Okay? Was level 1 and level 2 can see all of the level 1 and level 2. What about level 2 type R2? You should write here do show IP, ISIS, and for example neighbors, check. We have 2 neighbors, R5, R6, R7, and we have any problem about number 4, and we should do troubleshooting. Okay, we come back. So troubleshooting first, do show run here. What's the problem here? Problem is, what is the interface that connected to R4 is F11. You can see here F11. But there is nothing here for F11 IP router ISIS. Okay, we should write here exit. I have forgotten to do that, but it's okay because I want to learn something about troubleshooting also, and this is very good opportunity for us. Interface F11 and IP router ISIS1 and do WR and show ISIS neighbors. Oh, yeah, it appears in our table, neighbor table here. R4, R5, R6, R7, R4, 5, 6, 7, and all of them is type 2 because, yeah, it cannot see. Level 1 and there is no level 1 neighbor, but I want to show you R2 can see level 1 in this database or in this topology or not. This is important. ISIS topology. You can see also level 2. Okay, you cannot see level 1 like level 1 type. But there is any difference between level 1 and level 2, and I want to show you in show IP route ISIS in level 2 router. Okay, step by step, we should check here. And router 2 has learned number 1. How can it happen? Because level 2 is inter area and it can see level 1 loopback and level 1 network, level 1 interfaces and something like that, but as level 2 because inter area. What about area number 1? Area number 1 can see IP route ISIS. Level 2? No, it cannot see level 2. It's difference between L1 and L2. L2 can see route from L1, but L1 cannot see route from L2, cannot learn something. But there is a feature can help us about that. We should talk about this feature. Finally, the last assignment this year, route leaking feature. How can I ping, for example, this interface 10, 0, 34, 1? Yes, we can ping. Also, L1 cannot see L2 in the routing table, but can ping L2. And what about L2? L2 also, for example, ping. I should write to ping 10, 0, 16, 1. Yeah, yeah. And another one, for example, and another one is, for example, L1, L2. We should write here for loopback, for example. Yeah, can ping. All of them can ping each other. I want to show something to you. For example, in router 2. For outreach to router 1, for example, 1001 loopback in router 1. It has learned 2 passes here, 2 routes here. Sometimes I would prefer to reach router 1, for example, from router 7. We have a metric concept in all of routing protocols that can help us. We should modify metric to change the route from, for example, R6 to R7, I want to change routes only from router 7 to router 1 from R2. Okay? R2 send packets to loopback 1001 from R7. In this situation, you should write in R6 here and R2, both of them. We should increase the metric in both of interfaces here. This interface for R6 is F01, interface F01, and ISIS metric. Metric by default is 10. You should set, for example, 30. Okay? And now it's okay. And about number 2 is conft and interface F10, this one, and ISIS metric is, for example, 30. Now, okay, okay, guys, let's check R2 and what happened in R2 now. Show IP route ISIS. No, you can see only I have one route to 1001 via 10.0.27.1. What is 27.1? This is 27.1 from here. Yeah. Before that, you can see here, I have two routes. And now I have only one route. This is very important. But you should pay attention to something. If, for example, you modify the metric between R2 and R6, maybe affect on all of the routes and passes from, for example, R3, R4, R5 to R1 to R7, and maybe many of them select this route to reach R7 or R1, or maybe R6. Yeah, this link, because the metric of this link is very high. If you want to limit and confine it only for one or two network, you should use route map. This is very important. Okay, guys, you should pay attention to it. And the last thing, we should talk about route leaking feature. What is the route leaking feature? In R1, you cannot see R2 routes. Okay, guys? You cannot see, for example, 2001. Okay? Only you can see 6, 7, loopback, and these addresses here in this area. But sometimes, for example, you want to send a packet to R2. You should use this feature, route leaking feature. You should activate this feature in R7 or, for example, R6. I assume router 1 send the packet to R2 from R7. The first problem, he cannot see R2, and I want to use route leaking feature in this situation only. You should write in R7 access list, for example, extended access list, and we should permit IP, which one I want to access to that, to, for example, to this loopback to 00, for example, 1, and what is the wildcard mask? Okay, and any. Only permit this IP address. And you should enable in ISIS protocol with, we should redistribute ISIS IP level, this one is level 2. Okay, guys, into level 1 and distribute list. What is the number? Now, we should write in router 0, so IP route ISIS again. You can see this network appears in the router 1. Only this IP address, okay? 2001. You cannot see 2002. You cannot see all of the IP address here. Only you can activate and enable for this IP address. And I want to show you before that there is no two networks and loopback 0 of R2 and router 2 here, and no, you can see here. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.